the gentleman from Rhode Island, Mr. Amo, Representative Amo.
Thank you, Chairwoman Kim and Chairman Huizenga for hosting this joint hearing, and thank you to the ranking members, and thank you to our witnesses for being here. You know, on May 21st, Secretary Rubio testified in front of our committee and told me directly in my questioning that no children are dying on our watch. That's because of the Trump administration's cuts to foreign aid. Quote, no children are dying on our watch, unquote. That was true, untrue then, and it's untrue today. Children were dying on his watch, and sadly, they still are. Recent reporting found that President Trump and Secretary Rubio's cuts to our foreign assistance program and the illegal dismantling of USAID led to the deaths of over 600,000 people, including 400,000 children worldwide. To put that in perspective, Chair Kim, that is more than the entire population of Anaheim, 346,000, and Orange, 139,000 in your district, or more than twice the population of Grand Rapids, 200,000, or Kalamazoo, 73,000 in Michigan, Chair Huizenga. More than 500,000 people are dead because of this administration's callousness. And few countries have been hit as hard as Burma. Look, civilians are dying at the hands of Burmese military junta, but also from malnutrition and lack of medical care. The United Nations estimates over 6 million children in Burma need humanitarian assistance. Now, before Trump's literal incineration of our foreign aid, the United States was the largest supporter of aid to Burma and Burmese refugees in surrounding countries. Congress had specifically authorized funds in a bipartisan effort to help the people of Burma. But while the president has made new commitments focused on refugees, these cuts already decimated aid programs in Burma. Health care centers were shuttered, and the World Food Program was forced to cut back on food aid to over 1 million people. A Rohingya resident of a Burmese internment camp, Mohammed Taher, said, quote, I lost my son because of the funding cuts, and it is not only me. Many more children in other camps have also died helplessly from hunger, malnutrition, and no medical treatment, unquote. Mohammed shared this story 2 weeks before Secretary Rubio was here in our committee, claiming that no children were dying under his watch. To be very clear, people have needlessly died because of this administration's decisions, and they're still dying. We could restart many of these aid programs tomorrow. The funds that Congress appropriated to save lives and support American jobs is available. We could bolster the production of ready-to-use therapeutic foods like Plumpy Nut, made by Adesia Nutrition in Rhode Island. Plumpy Nut, as you might know, is a miracle product that can save a child from severe acute malnutrition in as little as 6 weeks using U.S.-grown food products that support American workers and families. Ms. Karam, could you please describe the role of American-funded emergency food products, things like Plumpy Nut, and the role that they play in Burma and for the Burmese refugee populations in surrounding countries, and how are the cuts to American-funded food programs threatening the lives of children that had previously been served?
Well, I'm not sure I can do that in 70 seconds, but what I can say is
I'm sorry, that was for
oh, sorry,
Ms. Curran.
I thought you said...
Yeah. That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I think largely United States has been one of the largest donors to Rohingya refugees from day one. We're very grateful for that. And U.S.'s funding is not only serving the people in the camps, feeding the people, but it is also an encouragement to other donor countries to step up or to step back from funding the programs in the camps. After the U.S. aid cuts, we've seen UK, Germany, and other largest donors to Rohingya refugees have also stepping away from funding. And we're grateful for the recent 60 million funds for life-saving assistance programs in the camps by the United States in September. The U.S. aid cuts largely and more directly and personally have impacted the community members in the camps, and especially for children, including nutrition and learning centers, as I said, and the other programs that used to provide protections and other programs in the camp that have completely been eliminated after the U.S. aid cuts. And that puts children as a group as a whole at huge risks, including being trafficked and kidnapped in many countries, even within the camps, and even being forcibly recruited by the armed actors in the camps to be sent back to Myanmar for a fight against the military. And we've seen hundreds of people were also sent back to Myanmar by the armed actors because they have nothing to do in the camps, simply. They're not going to schools, they don't have anything to do, they're just in their tiny shelters whole day and whole night. So the USAID cuts as at large have directly and more personally impacted the lives of refugees, but in particular the women and children.
Thank you for sharing that. And so I know my time is expiring, but it's very clear. Lives harmed irreparably, and also these foreign aid cuts are devastating our credibility in the region. And with that, I yield back.